Alright, hi everybody, good morning. Outside of the bins. I got here in record timing today, so I have like a little bit of time before the bins open, so I might go actually stand in line and talk to people, and maybe not. I might just like try to finish some stuff up on my phone, but yeah, I will, as always, update you guys in there and see if I find anything, and I will update you once I get back in the haul video, if there is anything to show. Alright, here are some things I passed on. Bedstew is a brand I would usually get excited to find, but this men's loafer style does not sell well, so I left those behind. Same with this Agatalia boots. This brand does not perform well for me, and this was from May 14th, and at that time I did not have the most storage, so for like tall like boots and bulky items I was trying to be a little bit more selective, and since that brand doesn't sell fast for me, or for that much, I left those behind. Same with these Michael Kors boots. They were a little bit out of season, and since I was trying to be selective with what I was picking up, I just kind of wanted more like in-season things, and these were nice Verity pants. I would have picked these up, but they had some bleach thinning, and this is from the retail store as well, but I would have got those, and they would have done well. Alright, hi everybody. I forgot to check in after I was done, but I had a pretty good day. I'm going to show you the stuff I got at the retail side first, and then I'm going to show you what I got at the bins. So, on a new rack I got there. So it was actually weird. Oh, I got to see Lena, who I saw last time. I forgot to show you what she got, but she got like a Carhartt jacket and some other pretty good stuff. But I don't think it was as good as like the last time we went. But I got pretty much everything except two things off of just the regular section, which at the Berry Hill location is a rare occurrence. But yeah, it was so great to see Lena again. That was a good surprise. But this was on a new rack that the new rack had been out for a while, but this is Veta extra small. It's like a career like minimalist brand. It's a green just pop over shirt. And it was $7. They marked it as a long sleeve blouse, which is like debatable. I've only found this brand once, and it was new with tag, and it sold for like $70, so I thought I'd grab that. Alright, I thought these were Frank and Eileen at first because they're heavy and just kind of like, I don't know, but they aren't. I got excited because I didn't see a tag, and I thought it would be like down there, but it wasn't. I thought they might be Lululemon, but they're actually aloe. So for an aloe item, I do not think aloe is the best quality, in my opinion, but these actually feel very heavy duty, really nice condition. Yeah, and they were $7, which for pants I'm happy to pay. I just feel like pants sell for more money than tops do, so I just like, if I'm paying $7, I'd rather, unless it's like such a really good top or something, I don't really whatever. I'm complaining, but like, I don't know. Okay, this is Hatch, the maternity brand. These are size 31, and they're a pair of like just skinny dark wash maternity jeans. Yeah, they were $9, and this brand hasn't been selling as well as it once did, I feel like, but I mean, the good thing about like maternity stuff is there's always somebody that's gonna need it, so I don't know, I just thought I would try them, but I have, yeah, anyways, whatever. Okay, I was actually excited to find these. So Lululemon leggings do not really sell well for me anymore, but their pants still do great for me. Well, like, I mean, like the more like trouser type pants, the joggers are kind of like but this is the newest tag that just has the symbol there. They're size 28, which would be my size. However, these are women's pants. But the cut on these is just so trendy. They're like almost like a wide leg with like kind of like a barrel-ish. Not really, because they don't have any like darting at the knee or anything, but they kind of taper in slightly. But the logo is back there, but it's also like on the inside of the button. But I was thrilled to find these, and they were $7. So at Berry Hill, I was shocked. These weren't even on like a new rack or anything, and stuff like this at Berry Hill goes usually within like the first 15 seconds. So I was pretty excited to find these, especially with them being so trendy and new. Good condition, good color, everything like that. This is just for my mom. I was nervous they didn't have a tag on it, and I was nervous they were gonna price it as a short sleeve top, which is like, it's kind of dumb because they have t-shirts for $2.99, but then they have short sleeve tops for like $5.99. But then some of the short sleeve tops should be priced as t-shirts, but they price this one as a t-shirt, which that's how it should be because this is a t-shirt, not a, like, I don't know. But it's size 6 Lululemon, and this is like the Pima Cotton, like, Love Tee. These only retail for like, I think $48 for Lululemon. But they actually sell for like $25 for me, so if my mom doesn't want that, then I'll sell that. And then this was the other thing I found on a new rack. I was actually shocked these were still there. These are size 0 Lululemon, again, newer symbol, but they are new with tags, and they're the base plate short, high rise, and 8. This like camo, black camo from Lulu does well for me, and then they were priced as children's for $4, probably because they are so tiny. But last time I ran into Lena, I found a pair of Veronica Beard jeans, also priced as children's, so she's like I get good stuff, and she's there at children's prices, so shout out to her for being my good luck charm. And then I've heard of this brand before, I've never found it, and this is just like a hat. I think this brand does a lot of collabs. I'm gonna try to pronounce it, but I know I'm gonna pronounce it wrong. So Amy Leon Dior, I did not take French. I really don't have any interest in taking French, but it's made in USA. It was $4, but I probably will list it at $50. But some of the collab hats go for like over $100. And then also in the regular section, I was pretty happy to find these. They are Mother, and they are a pair of high-rise flared faux leather pants. So faux leather is not my favorite material to sell, especially pants. I feel like they were trendy like 5 years ago, and some people still wear them, but like just definitely not as much. But Mother, flare leg, great condition, and these were priced as pants for $7. Definitely, I love selling Mother. The flare style, this does really well. There's the little Mother tab, the Mother back pocket. I look for those M. And then these are also a size 33, which is the largest Mother size I have ever found. They make all the way up to a size 34. And these are the Weekender Weekender heel in wax on, wax off. And then if you want to see the actual like color, like name, it's Egert, whatever, I know. So I'll probably list these at $100. So that was probably my best find. But I'm also pretty picky with what I get at the stores now, especially shoes. The shoes are so expensive, and when like I can get like just as good of stuff at the bins, I'm gonna do that. Okay. I got one article of clothing at the bins. I did look in the clothing bins, but I just wasn't finding anything, and I just would much rather pay like more money and find like Mother jeans or at like the retail store for $7, and like at the bins are gonna cost $2. So I'd rather pay $5 more per item just for like convenience purposes, in my opinion. But like to each their own, and I just like I don't have the best of luck as far as clothing at the bins, but I know some people do, and that's great. But this is, I don't think I'll pick this brand up at like the regular store, but I found this John Mark. The size is cut out, but it's like a embroidered blouse with like cut out lace eyelet sleeves. It looks to be like a plus size as well. So in excellent condition, minus the size being cut out. So I grabbed that, and that's the only clothing item I got. All right, I got actually pretty well in bags today. So a little bit of story. I saw, or I can't remember. Like, I don't know. There's always a story. You guys know. Can't help myself sometimes, but somebody else got teaks, and I've never found teaks, so I was like, dang it. But she ended up being really, really nice, and I gave her a few things, but it was good because I didn't really see a whole lot of my like bins people that I usually see there that I've kind of grown to get to know a little bit. So it was nice to like get to know her more, and like I figure out where she sold and stuff. But I don't think she goes regularly, but she was very nice, so I'm happy she got the teaks. But I will find some, but that was a little bit sad. And then I think somebody else got a pair of Behas. But something I learned at the bins is like my FOMO like used to be really, really bad. But like once I just kind of accepted like I'm not gonna be able to find everything, like some people are gonna get good finds too and stuff, I'm like that's just kind of part of it, and if like you're not willing to accept that, then it's like the bins isn't for you then, Keegan. So once I accept that, I've been doing like better and stuff, but obviously it's like you can't win them all. So, but I did get lots of scores today. I will not lie. All right, this is Mark and Graham. I never heard of this, but in the bag rotation, it seems like what happens is so many people grab bags, and so I barely go at the beginning, and I just wait because they look for money and then they throw them back. They don't look for brands unless it's like Kate Spade or like maybe Louis Vuitton, but like the chances of that are not possible, just very low. But somebody threw this back. It's a straw with like leather trim, laptop holder. The comps on this brand are pretty good. I did not look up this exact style, but at the bins, I was gonna try it. All right, this was my best bag find. It was the first bag I found, and I was hype. I was very excited. So I touched it, or I look for like real leather bags at bins. And once you kind of touch it, you know if it's gonna be like a good quality or not, or just like, I don't know. Not every good bag is real leather, but yeah, most of them are, I feel like. Okay, this is All Saints. And it does have like white marks on it, but I feel like I can baby wipe them off. It is real leather. The zippers are branded All Saints, so I look for like zipper branding as well. I mean, this is quality on this is just phenomenal. It does have like several other marks on the inside, but like the exterior is in pretty good condition, minus like this like one kind of corner that just has some like dirt near it. But like the corners are still like have like slight wear, but like this was not used much, I feel like. But the straps are also like a super soft leather, and they can have shorter straps or longer straps. So I've never found an All Saints bag before, so I feel like this is gonna do really, really well. I was so excited. So it is called the something tote, Allington tote. So this probably retailed for like $300 at least, maybe even up to $500. So that was a great find. I got this hat from Outdoor Research. I just found one of these in orange. I got an offer for $10, and I didn't take it, but I like this one more. Or on the orange one, the orange one I got an offer, but this is a size medium, and I think it's a little bit small. I mean, I literally don't have anywhere to wear this to, but like if I go to Africa and I go on a safari or something, then I guess I can wear this. But I really hope it sells by then, because I'm not planning on going on the Africa safari anytime soon. 4 more bags / accessories. I saw this leather crossbody, and this is Madewell. I've actually never found a Madewell bag, but I like rarely check the bag section at Goodwill because I never find anything when I have, but or they're marked up. But yeah, so that was a good find. It's great shape. This is a Coach bag, and it's like a burgundy leather. This is actually in really good condition, shockingly. And I'm surprised somebody threw this one back. It's a navy tableau, which I'm not really sure what that means, but I'm not sure if this is like a factory one or whatnot, but it's like in such nice condition. I would probably get like maybe $15 if I took this to the buy-sell trade store. But I'll probably try to sell it myself first. But I'll like get the style and everything. The leather is nice on that one. And then I don't have the best of luck with this brand, but I did like the style of it. It is missing the crossbody strap, and I did look for like one from another like trash bag at the bins or something, and I did not find one that like fit it, so I'm just gonna sell it without it, and that's fine. But it is Patricia Nash. So the buy-sell trade store really likes this brand, so I would also probably get $15 from this as well, maybe even up to $20. But it just has a little bit of like raffia straw like corner wear, but I really like the handle, and like this is a perfect like summer bag, so great seasonality. And this is like a leather bottom, and then like the classic like Patricia Nash lining. So, and it does have like a zip top. And then I actually have 2 more bags. This is a hobo wallet. This is one of the bags. It does have like some like wear to the metal part, but even if I got like $20 for this, that's fine by me. Like the leather is so nice. So, and I don't think I even need to do any conditioning. maybe like a little bit, but like that'll take me 2 seconds. And I actually really enjoy conditioning leather. Cleaning shoes and conditioning like leather are different, in my opinion. I hate cleaning shoes, but I love conditioning leather products. This is my last bag, and this is another hobo. I think their wallets do better, but I was gonna try this at the bins. I haven't had the hobo's just an okay for me, but this is actually pretty lightweight, and for a white bag, it doesn't have like a whole lot of scuffs. I mean, there's a little bit of discoloration. Maybe somebody like wore like pink pants, but it's like really not noticeable. So I grabbed that one. And then this probably could have left behind just based on condition, but the comps on this brand were so good that I wanted to get it. So as you can see, there's a lot of like discoloration, and then at like the tip, there's kind of like a little bit of like a hole, like you can kind of see there, but it's like not noticeable on. And then this is like a leather strap. I kind of knew this was gonna be good. I've never heard of the brand, but like this is a real leather patch. Janessa Leone. Probably not pronouncing that correct either. But it's 100% straw. It's made in the USA of fine quality material sourced globally. Size medium. I'm like, okay, so that's definitely expensive. I look up comps and they're selling pre-owned for like over $100. This one, since it has some staining, there's like a spot there as well, and like that hole, just some discoloration, maybe like 30, but like a lightweight straw hat, that's completely fine with me at the binge pricing. So but I don't really know too many hat brands besides like Helen Kaminsky and Eric Jarvis, and then that one, so, or this one now. So I'll be on the lookout for that brand in the future. But I try to look at straw hats in the bins because I really want to find a Helen Kaminsky. I've like known about that brand for like a while, but I just never have, and that's okay. All right, shoe time. So we have some designer, I mean like true designer, like luxury, and then some just like favorite of my brands. But like you guys know, every time I go to the bins, I've been on the streak that every single time I've gone, Fry, Tory Burch, Sorel, Birkenstock. I have all 4 of those today, as usual. So we'll start with Tory Burch. So these are just classic ballet flats. They have some, it looks like they have some wear, which they do, but I conditioned this one already and it came out great. So you can see the difference. And yeah, that's the power of a little bit of leather conditioner, and they are good as new. They're size 8, probably list these around 45. These are a pair of Birkenstock canvas shoes. I've never found a pair like this before. They're size 36, but they do have a little bit of like dirtiness at the toes, but I'm not sure if I might just hand wash the toes, because I think they have leather accents, or else I would throw them in the washing machine. All right, okay, so I needed, for story purposes, I need to show you this specific pair, if I can find the other one. So right as I walked in, you like line up, and I didn't have like the best spot ever, but like it was definitely, I don't know, but I kind of looked to see what I'm gonna go for first, and I saw like a leather sole. I look for leather soles because usually that's a sign of quality, and I see Yves Saint Laurent on the bottom, and I'm like, okay, going for those first, right? So I didn't even know until my cart that they were like tall boots. I thought they were like flats at first. Yeah, so then I grabbed those, and then I saw 2 other pairs of shoes, and the lady that was like next to me definitely goes for these brands. Like there's like the shoery people that like they always go for Hoka's and On Clouds, and like every sneaker known to man, they like fill their cart up within the first like 30 seconds of just like anything, and then they sort it all later. But they would have definitely kept these. So these are On Clouds and Hoka's, and these are in great shape. They needed to be thrown through the washer because they have like dirt and stuff, but they would have still grabbed them anyway. So like these are in such nice shape. They have the sticker, but they're a size 7, which is my sister's size and my mom, and they love On Clouds, and they would definitely wear these. So and then these would sell for like, probably after I got the dirt off of them, for like $80. But like I do give them stuff often, and I am going to give them these, but like I'm not gonna give them just to be like, oh, nice. Like, they will be getting these as like a birthday present because my sister's birthday is in May because, oh, we're twins. Yeah, so it's at the end of the month, May 29th. So these will be for her birthday, and hopefully she likes them, but I know she will. But I'm glad I got like a present for her. Anyways, and these hookers have the same problem. These are not the same size, but actually the size is worn off. But I just know I can find a use for these. There's no, like, the tread is great, the back of the heels are great, and that's pretty much all I really care about, unless there's like any tears in the fabric. But if there's no tears in the fabric, tread's great, heel's great, I'm probably going to get them. But there is no size. The size sticker came off on both pairs, which is annoying, but they're still fine. I would still grab them anyway. And then yeah, so then I'm going around the bins like scrambling around. Like, that bin was just so good. That was my first bin. And honestly, like, usually how it goes is the first bin I like look in is like never that great, but then I like keep looking and find stuff. I feel like I found most of my stuff like at the beginning this time, and just like a few things here and there sprinkled throughout. So I'm going through the bin, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, Yves Saint Laurent, whatever, and I see like a rear sticker, okay, and it says returns will only be accepted if the sticker remains attached. And I'm like, that's a rear sticker, those are designer. And on a tall boot like that, I don't want to be like fumbling in like trying to find the brand. So there was literally like 4 or 5 other tall boots. I found the Yves Saint Laurent, and like they're all, I'm like, oh my gosh, like if the first ones were by Resell, like I'm like imagining what these could be. So I like grab them, throw them into my bag, don't even look, and then the entire time, like I'm going through the bins, I'm like thinking, I'm like, oh my gosh, I wonder what these boots are, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit disappointed by them, because it's like real brands, so I get excited, but they weren't like the best real brands. Like, every time I find something with the real tag on it, like, it doesn't happen often at all, like maybe a few times a year. I think it's been like one time where it's actually been like a good item, and it was a Roberto Cavalli Caftan, and it sold for over $100. But other times I've passed on the real, because it's like Rebecca Taylor or something, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that brand's expensive, but I can't give it away to save my life. Anyways, these are Loeffler Randall, which is good, and I have had luck with this brand before, but they just isn't the best brand. But these are size 10.5, and they need some like condition, but like that's fine. I don't love to sell like tall boots like this because I have a hard time like finding a box to ship them, but that's okay. Definitely from the same person as the YSLs. And then the next pair I found, there was 2 other ones I left behind. I just was uninterested in selling them, but again, the real sticker, and I didn't recognize this logo. And so when I was sorting my cart, these ones are velvet, and I almost like, I probably should have just grabbed the other ones to send back to the real, but I just am kind of just done with them. Like, I don't go on their app anymore. Like, I don't want to have like, no, like their emails go to immediately to my spam. But these are Giorgio Armani. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see that, but I was kind of disappointed. I was hoping they'd be like something a little bit like more exciting, but they're so lightweight, so I grabbed these ones. And the other ones were like Michael Kors Collection, which is, the suede on those was so soft, but I was like, and they were like literally the exact style like this except suede, and I didn't get them, and I'm kind of regretting that decision, but like I haven't had luck with those. And the other ones were like a brand I haven't heard of before, and the comps were like pretty mixed, and again, tall boot, they're out of season, and I'm like kind of like low on space already, and I still have 3 months, and I'm not sure when my stuff is going to be able to go home, so I'm kind of like in a little bit of trouble. So I was trying to be a little bit selective, but y'all, yeah, okay. Anyways, okay. Tory Burch riding boots. This is like a rainproof material, a rain boot, but then it has like a leather, so it's like a rubber and then leather, but size 6. These are like a classic like Midwestern mom style. These are Everlane. I don't pick up a lot of Everlane, but their shoes and bags seem to do well, but I've never found one of their bags. But I have, so those shoes do sell well for me, so I grabbed those. I found these Birkenstock size 38 Bostons. The Boston is my best-selling Birkenstock style. I will pick them up with wear as well. These do have some wear to the inside Sherpa, but they always sell quick for me, and they have some like little scuff there, but like I think somebody probably put them in a garage sale and like they put like tape on the top. So don't put tape on your leather items because it will leave a mark. But maybe it's not from that, but like just as a other PSA, like it will. All right, I found at the retail store, I found a pair of these for $15 and I didn't get them. This brand is kind of like a bins only brand for me now. Let me know if you recognize it, but it's Fly London. They have not done well for me the last couple times I picked them up. So I'm gonna keep trying them for a little while longer, and if they aren't selling, I'm probably gonna just say no to them altogether. But they're size 39, but they used to do really well for me, like for like $50, but now they're like, I have them listed at like 38 and they're not even moving for that. So yeah. All right, one of my favorite things to find in the bins besides designer shoes are native kids shoes. I mean, kind of joking, but honestly not really, because they're so lightweight. They're easy to clean and they sell for like $20, and like that makes me, so if I'm paying, they like bring down my cost of goods, and so if I sell for $20, I get 16 from Poshmark, and if I pay like $2 per item, it's like $14 profit, which can pay for like a meal. So like that's like great, like that's great. And I know there are some things that could sell for $20 that I pass on, but like I don't know why these are just so easy for me that it's just kind of like, okay, there's, I don't know. And these ones are Disney, which I feel like are gonna like sell like closer to 25, 30. So those were great, but sometimes the condition is bad, so I pass on them, but those two I was able to grab. All right, I find this brand at the bins often as well, and it doesn't sell that well for me, but the quality materials are nice, but also they're pretty worn sometimes, and I did see another pair left, but they are Nisolo. Kind of like vintage shoes. I feel like I put them in the same level. But this is like one of their classic styles, kind of like a Day or Say with a style, whatever. They're size 8.5, maybe 30, 35. I need to polish those a bit. And then here's my Sorels. So my Sorel rule of thumb is if it has a wavy sole, that I'm gonna get it. But if it doesn't, I don't really know if I'm gonna get it, because like some of the styles like that don't have the wavy sole, like I don't know why, they just don't do that well for me. But these kind of have that wave. And these are in great shape. So I was really excited to find these ones actually. But they're size 7. All right, and then here's my fry. Just only a pair of flats today, but I've saw the style before and they went for like 25, so that's fine with me. Size 6.5. So maybe my mom will want those, but I think she's looking for a pair of black flats, not brown. Okay, and then one of the people at the bins, actually the person I got the Jenny Kane shoes from last time, gave me these Doc Martens. They have like a lot of wear to the toes, but I threw other ones back today. But I like the embroidery on these ones, so I thought I'd try them, and I feel like somebody would like them, so I'll grab those ones. Even though they are kind of heavy, that's why I don't really like Docs that much. A few things left, and I'm saving my designer stuff for last, guys. Sorry about it, but these are Corkies, which I don't always grab, but I just liked these ones. They're in really nice condition and like kind of like a Corky style. So size 8.5, and I think somebody will like those. All right, and then the guy who gave me the Doc Martens knew I would like these as well. These are Vejas. They're my third time finding Vejas at the bins. A three-peat, 3 times in a row. And somebody else got a pair today as well, but I don't really care too much. These ones do have quite a bit of wear. And I actually, fun fact, I have literally the same exact ones. These ones are mine. And I think mine are in better condition. But same issue, this strap came off. And so did the one on mine. I literally have mine stapled right now, but I'm gonna say it. Aveja shoes are not worth the price point. I actually wore mine to the bins today. These ones are mine, and you know I like them. They're nice shoes to wear, but I paid full price for mine, and they were like $200. They are not worth $200. I don't think the quality lines up with the price point. But I do like them, but like they're not worth $200. Like if you're thinking about buying them retail, don't do it. So, because this happening on 2 different pairs tells me that that's a problem with their product and not just like a problem with my pair. Like this is a consistent issue because it's the same style. So with these, I'm probably gonna like just cut it off, this part off, and sell it as is, and just be like the loops got cut off, because otherwise they're fine. They just have like dirt and stuff. But don't buy his retail. Don't do it. I do like mine. I'm not gonna like, I don't wear it because I do wear them often, but like I wouldn't pay I would never buy Veja's full price ever again. But like if you can get them secondhand, for sure, I would say they're good shoes. All right. These are just APL shoes. I like the color blue, and they're actually in really nice shape. These are like really expensive. Their size women's 8.5, but these don't do that well for me either. But I still grab them. Okay, these are not free. I don't think these are free. Okay, when I see like a leather shoe like this, I just throw it into my bag. I used to like look, but like now I just throw it into my bag and then look at the end. And I could not find a brand on these to save my life. I just couldn't. And like the inside, it was like worn off, and the sole like didn't have like a Freebird stamp or anything, but the quality of leather on these is so good. So I Google lensed them, and they came up as the Freebird Howdy boots. And I was like, okay, these are not Freebirds, because I would see like a little bit of reminiscence of the logo. I would say like Freebird in there. But then I was like looking at other listings, like the Freebird Howdy boots they're rare. Like they are hard to find. But I found I found a few listed, but they didn't have a picture of like the inside. Okay, like that part. But one I did find. Okay, they literally, the exact design matched up perfectly. Like that, they had that like stitch there, and the toe was the same shape. They had the same like, yeah. Okay, then I look at the picture of like the size tag, and theirs had made in Mexico, and then that size, and then it had the same like, started with the same serial number, like yeah, but it doesn't say like, usually when I found Freebirds a couple times, and it will say like the size, and then it'll also say like the style, but in these ones don't. So I was like, I don't think these are Freebirds for that reason. But then I thought they were. So I was like, I don't know if they are or not, but I'm going to take the risk, because worst case, the buy sell trade store like will buy these from me because they're a nice leather, they're a fringe trendy style. 70 will like them, but and the quality of the leather is incredible. But I'm not sure how I missed this in the bins. It just has like this design at the bottom, and that's not a Freebird design. That did not match the listings, but I also can't read what it says. But I mean, they're still nice boots. I mean, they might be like Corral or something, but I just can't read inside what they are. So I can't really, it's hard to show you guys, I don't know. But so I think this is one of the risks that I took, and it didn't really pay off, but maybe they are good. But they're not like Luke Casey's or Freebird or Fry or anything, but they're really nice quality. Like you could tell me they were Freebirds and I would believe you. All right, 2 designers, and then we're done. We got Missoni heels, like a yarn. These retailed for $800, and the leather lining, size 37. These are a great like wedding guest shoe for like a pop of color or like office. So they're in actually pretty good condition. The heel caps have some wear, but I'll just note that those can be like replaced easily. And then my very first time finding this brand. So I have found lots of designer heel brands in the bins, Louboutins, Prada. I mean, I don't know. I can't think of anything else right now. I have not found Jimmy Choo yet, but I have found Jimmy Choo at my regular Goodwill back in Illinois. But first time finding Manolo Blahnik. I just call them Manolos. But these are in really nice condition. They're size 37.5. And this is like almost like a elastic. And this is like a patent leather, but like there really isn't that much scuffing on the patent leather, which is shocking. But I was thrilled to cross this brand off my list. I have had them before because they got on like at like a buy sell trade store sale or something, and I paid like $20 for them, and they sold for like 100 or 70, something like that. And I'm probably expecting around for these. And for everything in the bins portion, I spent like 70. At Goodwill, I spent $45, and at the bins, I spent like 70 something. But I don't have my receipt. Oh, I also got these Tory Burch, like shoes. I pulled them off of a pair of flats because the flats were like so worn to the ground. Like I promise you, like nobody was going to buy them because of the condition was so bad, and I didn't want to pay for the weight of the shoes, so I just pulled these off of the bins. And I see like beat up Tory Burch shoes all the time, so I'm gonna start like collecting them. And once I get like 3 to 5 or so, I'm gonna sell them in like a lot for like $30. But like at least I can like find a new life for these because people like will like make jewelry out of them or just other stuff. But yeah, so you can see they were red flats, but I need to like pull that part off. But yeah, so let me know your favorite find. Mine is definitely either the All Saints bag or these Manilos. Yeah, I can't really recognize like designer brands just based on style. Like some people might be able to be like, oh, that's a Manolo. Like I can't do that, like recognize designer brands, but like I'm pretty good at like logos, like and everything like that. But yeah, so let me know your favorite find. Let me know anything that you have found that's exciting recently. So it was so fun to see Len again, and also see everything else that I found at the bins. But I'm going home this weekend, so I'm excited about that. But I do have lots of work cut out for me. But I'll see you guys in the next video.